Navy jets?
Sure.
Be reminded of our brave people?
Be a
I would
great
too.
alarm clock.
Yes. Now, the old argument on this is if you didn't want to live near Navy jets, why did you move where there are Navy jets? Because it's not like they're a brand new thing, right? You agree with Ike on this.
I completely agree with it. You know, you got banger submarines cruising the waterways outside. Do you want to move them off too because they offend you for some strange reason? The jets are now a problem.
Well, those submarines are pretty quiet and they're underwater. It's
they shut down the
Actually,
bridge.
They make noise
Yeah.
at night.
They close off roadways to let subs pass through on a pretty regular basis.
Anyway, the group calls itself Citizens of the EB's Reserve for a healthy, safe, and peaceful environment.
Citizens looking to relocate, their new name.
The lawsuit says the Navy failed to conduct a required environmental review before it began using outlying field near Coopville for practice.
It's the solitude that lured Michael and Judy Monson to Coopville from Seattle.
He uses that adhesive. He doesn't use glue.
While they knew the birds in their backyard would share the skies with noisy Navy jets, they never thought they'd resort to this to find some peace and quiet.
My wife and I both are forced to wear earmuffs inside our house.
Here's why. Michael measures the noise level of a plane at 89 decibels, about the same as a truck rumbling through his living room at 9 o'clock at night. The jets train year-round at this nearby airfield, 3 hours a day, sometimes well past midnight. Neighbors say the Navy's own numbers show nearly 4 times as many flights now, almost 10,000 per year, than back in 2005. And increasingly, the planes are EA-18 Growlers, which fly lower. Hundreds from the community have complained. Some want the airfield closed.
If we had known in 2003 they were going to bring these monsters in, hey, would we have moved here? Absolutely not.
If you buy a house out here in Coopville, you actually have to sign a document stating that you acknowledge it's going to be noisy. And those who support this field say, just deal with it.
They have a right to complain. That's fine. But these guys out here flying, give them that right.
Larry Ford is a retired Navy vet. He says the aircraft carrier pilots have to train somewhere, and that's why they come to Whidbey.
There's no other place in the state they can do that. This is configured for the tailhook community.
Some poems by Jack Kerouac.
Meantime, the Monsons promise the Navy will have no peace until they get some of their own. Eric Wilkinson.
All right. So there you go. I don't know. I still feel the same. But on the other hand, they did sign a waiver. But they also have a point that there are more growlers.
Yeah. In other words, a big old growler rattle in your house.
I think it's appropriately named the growler. But midnight?
Yeah,
why can't they practice in the morning?
You don't practice in the morning. You're
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
There's a growler flying overhead. Speak up! That's the sound of freedom!
You just missed the most hilarious
What'd you say, Ike?
joke.
I'm sorry. I missed it.
They have to practice at night because if they only practice to fly during the day and something happens at night, what are they going to do?
Attack at night when they're not prepared. Yes, that's what will happen.
That makes sense, of course. Night flying is harder flying, and you're a much better pilot if you're incredible at night.
Now, the Navy did say they'll suspend options till the end of the year so they can work this out, which surprises me.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This particular area.
Well, wait a minute. Well, there's an air base in Eastern Washington, Fairfield, over by Spokane.
Yeah.
And you can fly at night over. There's a lot of empty ground outside of Spokane.
But also, this is the Navy. So for the price of a hubcap on one of their nose wheels, can't they just buy all those houses up?
Right.
They can't even fly the Blue Angels.
Doesn't a hammer cost $8,000 in the Navy?
And our government has eminent domain on over all our land.
Of course
if
they
the federal
do.
government decides they want your house, they just have to offer you a fair price, and they can take it.
How's this look? Is that fair? No. All right, sold.
Okay, then, thanks.
Play that jet. Is that a growler?
Yes.
Same exact sound they hear till midnight.
I love you, honey. Let's make some mad casual
music. Let's do it! I'm in the mood!
You're in the mood for what?
I don't know.
What? Lemonade? What?
But that some juggler on America's Got Talent just dropped everything.
Yeah, that is hardcore.
Okay. New penalties for boating under the influence. There's a new change in our state law. See if you think this is fair. It ups the penalty for boating under the influence from you be safe out there to what was it before? It was a misdemeanor.
Now it's they make you get out of your boat and swim to shore, and if you're drunk enough not to make it, that's your penalty.
Drunk swimming is fun.
Yeah, it
And
was
safe.
a misdemeanor. Now it's a gross misdemeanor, punishable by as much as a year in jail or a $5,000 fine. I'm sure they won't throw the book at you the first time, but they've got that in their arsenal.
Are you a misdemeanor when you're a drunk driver?
I don't think so. Is drunk driving a?
This penalty should be at least that.
It should be the same as drunk driving. I think.
Should be a felony.
Should be. You think it should be a felony?
Driving drunk? Yes.
Oh, driving drunk. I
Yeah.
think it is
Or boating
actually
drunk.
criminally. It's a criminal thing.
The two things they've changed is they're making the penalties stronger, and they're also put.